And I hate to phrase it this way, Rory McIlroy lost. He didn't just come in second. He lost with blowing those 2 putts there down the stretch after catching fire and after birdies on 3 out of 4 holes. Alan, the look on his face when he exited, when he saw DeChambeau drop the putt on 18, the way he left, it was painful. And it leaves me waking up this morning asking if he will ever win one of these things again.
That's why, tournament golf is such compelling theater, because you are all alone out there on that stage. You can't hide behind your teammates. And when it starts going bad, it happens in slow motion. It's a lot of time in between shots, and you can feel this energy building. And, Rory played beautiful golf for 14 holes. I mean, he was the hottest player on the golf course. He was 2 shots clear of the field. He had total command of his game. He was driving it beautifully. The big question with Rory at these majors, his putters let him down so many times on Sunday, and he was walking in 20 footers like it was a practice round. I mean, it just felt like this was the moment. It was finally happening. Bryson couldn't hit a fairway and was just scuffling with the golf course the whole time. And then to see Rory just get the yips like that, it was so jarring. And also, the rest of his game let him down too. I mean, he's got a 7-iron there on 16. It's a par 3, balls on a tee, and he can't hit the green. Now, that wasn't an easy flag to get it close to, but you have to hit the green. 18, and when he snipes it into this is the generational best driver of the golf ball we've ever seen, snipes it off of 18 fairway and leaves himself in full scramble mode. Like his entire game, as soon as he got the lead, everything flipped. He just started playing tight. And again, you always felt like Bryson was playing to win, and all of a sudden it looked like Roy was playing not to lose, and he just got defensive and tentative, and obviously that was manifested in his putting stroke. The putt on the last hole, downhill left to right slider on a super fast green, nobody wants that. But he kind of tried to baby it in as if he was worried about the comebacker. The comebacker doesn't matter, as Bryson showed when he made that putt. You have got to make the first putt. Rory should have jammed it in the hole. And just that, and of course the one that he missed on 16, that was an easy straight putt. And he just dead pulled it. It was just a nervous, fast stroke. So it was hard to watch. It really was. And it's definitely fair to question how Rory is going to recover from this. The only glimmer of hope, if you're a McIlroy fan, is that prior to this, the worst loss he'd ever suffered was 2011 Masters. And we had a 4-shot lead on Sunday, and he completely came undone. And, was in the cabin, that famous shot on the 10th hole, shot 80. And the very next major, the U.S. Open, he came back and he won by 8 strokes, and he found something inside of himself to bounce back. It's going to take that kind of soul searching and that kind of tenacity and mental toughness. But it's a lot easier when you're a young phenom without so much scar tissue. I mean, everything Rory's been through on and off the golf course since then, it just seems like his nerve endings are a little fried. And it's unfathomable that he's never going to win another major championship again through this prime when he's winning everything else. But that's where we are. It was a brutal loss, and how he recovers is going to be fascinating.
Alan, you were there. How was it viewed when he left?
A little churlish, a little immature. I mean, but also to me, it was a lost opportunity for Rory, because there have been plenty of gutting losses on the golf course. You think about Greg Norman at Augusta in '96. You think about Phil at Wingfoot, Tom Watson at Turnberry. You can go down the list. These guys stood up and they faced the music. And in their conversations after the tournament with reporters, the humanity poured out, and they became much more sympathetic characters. And the pain they were feeling, and the golf world kind of grieved along with them. For Rory just to peel out and jilt essentially the fans, because reporters, we don't matter other than we're the voice of the fans. We get to ask the questions that the fans want the answer to. We're just their Confederates. And fans were kind of denied some closure. They wanted to hear about Rory, what happened, what he was feeling. And so it just was a mistake on a lot of levels. I mean, Rory has banked a lot of goodwill through the years. This is not going to curdle his relationship necessarily with the press or with golf fans, but I think it's going to follow him more. He could have gotten up there and not said a word and just burst into tears, and the whole world would have wanted to hug him, And now he's just going to prolong this agony. He's still going to have to face the music eventually. So I think it was a tactical mistake, but clearly it's reflective of how much pain he was feeling. And, I'm sure golf fans have know he's been through this thing with his wife where he filed for divorce and they got back together, and the emotional weight of that. Like, I certainly understand him not wanting to talk and not answer questions. Like, that's a human reaction, but, he's paid $80 million a year to be a spokesman for golf and to be it's one of its biggest stars. And that it's not just when you win, it's also when you lose that people want to hear from you.
Yeah. Do you think he plays this week?
I would be amazed if he did. I mean, I don't know how he gets out of bed and looking forward to the grind of tournament preparation. And, he shut it down at various times in the past, citing mental health breaks that he needed. How does he motivate himself for Hartford, other than maybe he does want to put this behind him and he wants to make some birdies and he wants to make some 3-footers and he just wants to try and put this in the rearview mirror and not let it linger longer. But I mean, I'm personally exhausted just from watching the last round yesterday.
Same.
I don't know how Rory gets out of bed and does it again so soon, but we'll see.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.